I have been using a app called Hello Talk, which is a language exchange app for the past 2 years. And it puts you guys like in a universe where you can all like meet up, post things like on social media, like you put like a status in Korean and then they can edit it, comments, blah, blah, blah. So this was during the summer of 2020. In America, there was the Black Lives Matters protests happening at the time. So it was just very in my head, like what is perception of Black Lives Matter, especially as a Black person in Korea. I just wanted to know what Koreans thought. So I posted something along the lines of, "Dear all Korean people, what do you think about Black people?" And then here comes along this one guy. Boom. So I followed him.
Since I studied abroad from my young ages, my neighbors, they're from like Nigeria, from Senegal, a guy from Jamaica, like African Americans. And that's how I grew up. You know, when I saw her post, it's like, depend people by people, you know? So we can really generalize with the like stereotype minds. So I that's how I thought. So I just exactly left that things like that.
I just followed him because I thought that was a thought out answer. That's somebody I potentially want to like use as a language partner later. Sorry.
I saw that she's living in Korea, so I really wanted to talk about how your life in Korea it is as a like Black person. That's how I approached her, and she wrote me back.
He actually sent me a really long message.
Even though I want to talk with her, probably she doesn't want to talk, or she's just there to learn language. I was just really being cautious.
He messaged me, I think it was a Wednesday night. And so I didn't see it and I did not respond to him because I just didn't see it. So the following day, I finally see his message.
Maybe you were drinking.
On a Wednesday? No.
No? Okay.
What? No, I was still going to work when we met. Oh my God, no. And we were sort of chatting like kind of slowly because I was at work that day. And also, this was right before summer break. So this was my final week working at the school I was at before I was transferring and moving. So I was just kind of busy with those things. So I was chatting with him and he seemed interesting. Like we were just talking casually. This is blah, blah, blah.
족발.
Finally, yeah, because you sent me a picture of that.
Yeah, because I was having 족발 by the night.
Generic questions like what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. Nothing, this was never romantic. Like this was just getting to know somebody as a language partner. And so he was very easy to talk to. We were messaging back and forth. And then I think it was the next day we decided we wanted to try a phone call.
Like I speak good English, so she was curious that how I sound like when I speak English.
Right.
And yeah, we talked the whole night. We
talked until 5 a.m. It was just so easy.
It was just so easy. Like we just talk like we would talk like we've known each other for a long time. We just talk a lot, and I realized that I was kind of like pushing her to like go to sleep. That was like 5 a.m. Like you have to go work, and then on
Friday we were talking again all day. He even helped me translate because it was my last day, so I wrote a letter to my coworkers and he translated it for me.
Translate for her.
Then that night I went out drinking with friends. There was somebody at the bar who was just kind of like harassing me. So I was like, can I use your photo in case just to be like, I have a boyfriend, please don't talk to me that way.
So I was like, well, okay, just go ahead. Then I don't mind. It's just a photo.
And he gave me his phone number too, just in case there was any issues. Because we had Kakao, but we didn't have like proper phone number at the time.
Give her phone number, like in case she's in bad condition. Like if in bad situation, I was just, I don't know. Am I worried?
I don't know.
Okay, I just gave her. Yeah, so I gave her phone number.
And so he sent me a picture like, here, show him this. And also here's my number. So that in case like you need to get out of the situation, you can just call me. And so that's when we like officially exchanged numbers. And that's where I felt like we were getting closer. Like I felt like I trusted him more. That Saturday, I had plans to go to Seoul to meet a friend. But suddenly that friend canceled on me. So I was texting him. Now I'm kind of wondering what I should do with my weekend.
I had a plan too. But I've been working out really a lot, like regularly. So I didn't want to go drink, but my friends asked me to come drink. So like I needed any excuses. Plus, and I just wanted to do something another, like more like productive.
We decided to meet that day.
Yeah, so that day was pouring. We already explained about it on our couple text stuff.
Yeah, but it was absolutely downpouring. Even I think my bus took a little longer because of the rain than it typically would take. It took, I think, almost an hour and a half, almost close to 2 hours. So just like timing was not going well. I was trying to go to my accommodation. I got a little lost. He's trying to find me to help me find the accommodation. And so this is the time where we were trying to meet at the convenience store nearby. And so we're talking on the phone, and finally he gets to me trying to like hurry up and get to dinner because it was getting pretty late.
So I was panicked because I knew that area so well, and she got lost there. So I told her, okay, just be there. But my phone is screwed. So what were we talking about? I was super hungry and she was exhausted too. And we need something to eat, so we looked for the restaurant, but there was no restaurant around. And we finally found the pork area.
And it was out of pork.
It was out of pork. Okay, so we had to walk another like maybe 20 minutes to the restaurant, and I thought it is nearby, but it wasn't. So we finally got there. We started to eat, and we finished it. That was like 10 and a half or 11, something like close to 11, as I remember.
Yeah, so we finished dinner, and it was getting late. So TJ asked me. He said, "All right, so it's this time. Do you want to like call it a night, or do you want to go to a cafe and talk more?" So we got in a taxi. We went to Gangnam, and we went to a twosome place that was 24 hours and it was open.
That was the close one.
The closest one, yeah.
So we got in there. We sat there, like start to talk why I don't have a job by this time and how she's doing in Korea and things like that. Started to talk about our lives.
Yeah.
She was really good listener. She was the person that I can really talk easy. So I slowly opened my mind. I just like talked like a bunch of things, things in my head. It was like 2 a.m.
It was so crazy because there was a sign, the second floor closes at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was thinking there is no way we will be here until 2 a.m.
I didn't know that like, it was 2 a.m. but by
we
the
got
time
kicked off the
we
floor.
got kicked out from the floor, we have to
go down to the first floor.
Yeah, first floor. Oh, it's already 2 a.m. but I feel like we didn't talk that much.
We went to the first floor, found new seats, and we just continued talking. And it just felt really easy. I think at that time we were both going through very difficult like times in our lives. Like he had just quit his job and was really trying to figure out what he wanted to do. And I had just decided like I wanted to stay in Korea long term, and that had a lot of repercussions back at home. So I was really struggling like coming to terms with that. And so we just, for some reason, it was so easy to just like let that out to each other. It's like I feel like both of us were like needing that, but we didn't have people in our lives that we felt comfortable doing that with, and it just came out so easily. So we talked and we talked and we talked, and then it was like 8 a.m. It was morning. Basically, we decided we wanted to like meet up again that day. So this was Saturday night morning into Sunday morning.
So I went back home. I took a literally nap, like not even an hour. I showered. I got out.
He came back to my accommodation.
I came back to her Airbnb like to pick her up.
So lunchish, brunch, whatever. We ate, and then we're like, what's the game plan for today? We decided we wanted to hang out again, but we had no plan.
Yeah, I knew that she liked to sing and she wanted to go to like karaoke.
So we like went to Noraebang. We went to Board Game Cafe.
We had talked about it before dinner.
We went to the arcade. We went to the bookstore. He helped me pick out some studying books for Korean, and we just kind of spent the whole day together. And despite us having gotten no sleep, for some reason we decided me taking the last bus was the move. So we were literally together the whole Sunday until the very end, and I was taking a bus at like 11 p.m. like crazy. And so I was thinking, because the subway to the bus terminal, if he stays on it, he could have gone back to his house. But he got off with me. Like, I was fully prepared to say like, okay, bye, see you later. But he got off.
Oh, you expect me to come with you?
I did not expect you to come
You
with
did.
me. I did not.
You told me that.
I didn't think you would.
No, not by the time, but you told me that one day.
I don't remember that. I felt like you were gonna stay on because that made sense
In front
to
of
me.
the camera, she doesn't remember.
He got off of the subway with me, and he waited with me to catch the bus. At this point, like, I did not come to meet him with intentions of anything beyond friendship, but it's just like, how can you not feel something when you felt that comfortable with somebody? And so after that, like, I was starting to feel like, does he like me? But I was just wondering if the signs of his niceness were like simply platonic, or if he had, I don't know. I just kept asking these questions in my head. And so finally I'm getting on the bus and he was like standing there, and there was like this awkward moment between us. I felt like I should hug him, but I didn't know if that was too much. So I just kind of took my bag and I got on the bus. I had to go my hour back to my city and then walk home. And he stayed awake and was like, I'm gonna call you when it's time for you to get off the bus because I'm worried you'll fall asleep.
Well, think about it. You get on the bus, like after that, like spending almost like 2 days like that, even if it's an hour, 10 minutes, you just fall asleep.
Pass out, yeah.
Pass out, and you just miss your stop.
Yeah, because for me, it's like my bus stops in my town and then it goes to the main city, which I'd have to take like a $30 taxi back to my house if I did that. So he stayed awake and he called me to make sure I got off my stop, but then he wanted to stay on the phone with me since I had to walk about 15 minutes back to my actual apartment. And this is what's crazy to me. Even though
What did I do?
we were freaking exhausted, when I got home, we still talked until 5 in the morning.
Did we?
Yeah. Like 100%. I was
I
like,
don't remember that.
yeah, like if you look at your phone log, we stayed on the
That must be
phone.
crazy.
Psycho. That's
That
why I
must be
was like, nobody talks to some girl this much.
I was just super excited.
No, because on the phone call, you said, to be honest, I wanted to give you a hug. You
Did
said,
I?
yes.
Did I say that?
Yes, you said that. When I was walking home, you told me that.
You should have recorded it then.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
But we'll get there.
I love
No, you're so frustrating. We wake up Monday and finally we're on the phone again. It was turning into another crazy 5-hour, 10-hour phone call. It was a long phone call. There was just a moment where I feel like the conversation shifted. It no longer felt like we were just talking friendly, like we were talking how easy it was to like be with each other that day, and it was just starting to feel a bit more like personal. I'm the one, I told him, I think I'm starting to like you. And then he was like, oh, well, I like you too. Is this like day one? And he was like, yeah. So then we kept talking because we were so excited about that. I felt insane at this point. I was like, how could I like some dude I literally just met? For whatever reason, we decided that we would start dating like from that day. And so he was so excited. He drove from Seoul to Wonju to come see me. And so we spent our first day as a couple together.
I really like the person as you are, Lexi. So I was just excited to see you and talk to you again. It was so easy to like fall in love with you from the time. Like, it was so easy to talk. Everything was just perfect.
Something in me just felt like, follow this, like go with this. This feels like it's happening for a reason right now.
Yeah.
This feels right. Like, stop doubting, follow your heart with it.
Yeah, and she told me on the phone, can I look at you more than friend?
Can I look at you? I did say that, didn't I? I'm very happy with the choices we've made that led us to this point. That's how we met. Thank you so much for listening to our story. Any more content you guys would like to see in the future, please feel free to comment and ask us questions. Also, please follow us on Instagram where you can get to know us there too. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.